What how you rating the AFC North teams, baby? Talk to me, man. And y'all let us know in the chat as well, baby.
Dude, I got that energy right now, man. I think we're gonna
I
find a
hear
way.
it. Let me hear it. Come on.
I like how we look on defense. I think we're gonna combat some of these other teams' offenses. I think Mitch Trubisky steps up. I like our offensive line. We still got moves to make. And I believe we're going to make them, and we're going to have a good draft. I got us winning the division. Let me just put it to you this way. If I feel like we're going to be in the mix and I feel like it's going to be close, why not go with us?
Okay.
So I'm going with us at 1. I'm seeing the Bengals taking a step back this year. Little Super Bowl hangover. Ravens.
What?
Ravens will always be solid. They're always going to be in the mix.
How's it a Super Bowl? Okay. All right. Okay.
Super Bowl hangover for the Bengals.
Okay.
Zach Taylor, the coach, he's not going to be able to know how to handle the new expectations. And then the Browns, I mean, if Watson gets suspended, that is actually going to impact their record, I think. Well, they might be able to skate by, but man, they're going to be good. The Browns are going to be good.
Because I was say, if Jacoby Brissett's the backup, do you feel like who's the better quarterback between Jacoby Brissett and Mitch Trubisky or Mason Rudolph?
Oh, Mitch.
Why you say it like that? Like guaranteed it?
Oh, yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's had more success than Brissett, and we even think Trubisky was the letdown so far in this career.
Okay.
And I think he's got more upside too. Like verdict's out on Brissett.
Upside. I'm saying, do you think it's clear cut that Mitch is that much better than him, or you just think he's better? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, he's just better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, up to this point in their careers.
Okay.
Like I said, I think Mitch, even though we talk about him being a letdown, he's still had a better career up to this point than Jacoby Brissett. Plus, as I mentioned, still has the upside still.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with us, dude. I think all these teams are going to be good.
Who was the fourth team, though? What was the fourth team you had?
I didn't rank them. I didn't even rank them. I just have us 1.
Yeah, you rank them 1 through 4. Come on, man.
I'll have us 1. I will have the Ravens 2.
Okay.
I'll have the Browns 3, Bengals 4.
Okay. For me right now, I would say Cincy at 1. Probably go Cleveland 2, Baltimore 3, Steelers 4. The reason why I say Cincinnati at 1, dude, they're loaded and they're young and they're coming back. They don't care about any of this old history that anybody has to bring up. They proved that a year ago. And as long as they got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they're going to be fine. They already got Jonah Williams, who played at a major level for them last year at the tackle spot. You bring in Lyle Collins, who's definitely going to show up the other side of that offensive line. They're loaded. I mean, they still got their defense intact. They were able to keep Jesse Bates with the franchise tag. To me, man, they're ready to go right back into this thing. When I have Cleveland at 2, it's because Deshaun Watson being there now. They already had a dope roster. And even if he's suspended for 6 games and you have a Jacoby Brissett in there, you're going to split them. So they're still going to be in the mix. So I don't feel like that makes me shy away from them being the second best team. Then when I look at Baltimore, I mean, they're getting a ton of talent back. A ton of talent. We know they're a well-run organization. We know that those guys always are in the mix. They play good defense there, and they're going to be ready to go. For me, man, as much as I love watching Lamar, I just think that he's the third best quarterback out of Joe Burrow and Deshaun Watson. And that's why I have them at 3. And then for us, man, we're stacked defensively, but we still have pieces that we got to acquire. And right now, we don't have those pieces. And offensively, like I said, man, we're going to have to play through Najee, but it's really got to go through him because we know if we're trying to do this, we're going to throw it with these other teams. We're going to be at a major disadvantage. And that's just my only concern is, man, how efficient and how effective can how efficient or how effective can Mitch be or any of these quarterbacks be in those clutch moments? Because we have not seen that from any of those guys just yet. So that's why I have the Steelers at 4. Even though I think that, like I said, we'll still be in the mix. It's not like saying 4 and we're terrible. Nah, like the 4th team in this division still might going to have 9, 10 wins. Like I can just see that being the case. But I do think that we're the most limited right now at one of the most critical positions. And if I'm going to sit here and have the blind optimism that the Steelers are going to have a resurgence, then how the heck do I not say the same things about those other teams who are bringing in talent with the marquee talent that they already have? That's my only thing. I can't say yes to this part and then lie about that part or act like it doesn't happen over here. That's all.
Can I say a few things about these other teams?
Yeah, go ahead,
Cincy,
man. Mm-hmm.
that was their year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was their year.
Yep.
With the contract situations and everything. But, like, they went 10-7 still. We just got blown out against them. Like, we just looked pitiful against them. It's not like they were unbeatable.
No, their O-line was
borderline
terrible.
Skated by through the playoffs, too. If Derek Carr makes a better decision, Raiders are advancing.
Come on, man.
I just don't think they're like that elite.
About us, though. We could say the same thing about us with our wins, though, at times last year. We didn't kill anybody. We kind of skated by as well. That's my thing. Like, we can't use that as a negative for this team.
I feel like we improved our team a ton, though, especially on defense. We were doing that with being a terrible defense.
Their team was already stacked, and now they bring in a tackle that's going to help them even more. Like, I just don't see how we're doing that. That's all, man.
Well, I think our defense is going to be a lot better. That should help us with the Cincinnati matches. But also, we got Lamar Jackson's number. And how we handle them. And we're bringing in Brian Flores. Man. We've improved on defense. Browns, I guess you could just say Browns is the Browns because they do have a really nice roster, and then bringing in Deshaun Watson's a big difference. But if we're going head to head, like, why would I not still believe in us taking care of the Browns? Like, Deshaun Watson, we only played him one time, but he didn't do anything against us.
That's fine, man. That's fine. Hey, you keep your blind faith. I love it, man. Listen,
I don't know if it's blind faith. I just think there is some reason for the optimism, though.
I call it blind faith. Like, you call it reason for optimism.
Wait,
it's the same thing.
Why not? Yeah. I don't know. We're gonna have a stacked defense. Our defense was terrible last year. It was atrocious. We had the worst run defense in the league.
But we had the defensive player of the year out there.
We were giving up 200 yards.
And we had the defensive player of the year out there. So I don't care what you're saying about this terrible narrative. You had the defensive player of the year out there who tied the single season sack record. The defense was not terrible. The run defense was bad, yes. Our pass defense was not terrible. We could get after the quarterback. And
it was average. Yeah, it was
average. Exactly. So don't give me this narrative of, they were terrible. Because they were not terrible. They couldn't stop the run, but they could get after the quarterback. They could create turnovers, and that's what we were in a lot of these games down the stretch. So don't give me that narrative. I don't want to hear that personally, man.
But if you combine the two, I mean, that's below average. I mean, 32nd in the rush, like, that's terrible. Like, that is bad. Like, that doesn't help your defense as a whole. And now we get Miles Jack. We get Levi Wallace at cornerback. Hopefully improvements there. And we still got a lot of cap space. It back, hopefully. Like, our defensive line should be a lot better, too.
I just feel like you give us all the benefit of the doubt because it's Pittsburgh, whereas the other teams, they can't get better. That's the only thing I hear when you say that.
They can't get better? No, I'm actually saying
that's how you word it, though. You already said the Bengals are taking a step back. You said they got a Super Bowl hangover. Like, what are we talking? Like, we just throwing it out. Just throw it out there. It's cool. It's fine. But I just personally don't agree with that. I hear what you're saying. I just don't agree with it. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bengals are good. Bengals are good. I don't know. I don't think they're like this unbeatable team, though.
And that's fine. That's cool, man. I ain't saying anybody was unbeatable, but at the same time, I just don't share that same optimism that you do. But that's why we all are different. And that's the beauty of it, baby. Yes, indeed.